baby. Oh, you look so sad. Oh, she's like getting teary-eyed. Come on. Gotta go dig her. Goodbye. The husband is going to drop off Evangeline. I'm sure you can hear, have a dog in the back. Sun Bear's with us because he has to get dropped off this morning for a vet appointment. He's actually getting ultrasound too. I'll give you a little bit more update on him maybe later. And then I have my final ultrasound before transfer. So it's a whole family affair this morning. Only Elsa didn't get to come. She is very sad. But of course our alarms didn't go off this morning. So we are pushing it for time. But let's see. Hopefully everything goes okay. I will see you at our next stop. So we're at the clinic. Got husband here with me.
Hi.
So he's here for moral support this morning. I just called and we're a little bit early, so us being late this morning, we did okay. Got here on time, and got my mask, and I'll head up in a minute. So at this ultrasound, this is the last one before they can tell us like no. So this is the last hurdle before transfer.
Woo!
Are you excited?
I am excited.
That's it. That's the true personality that's just gonna win over the internet. All right. Well, oh, my battery's flashing, so I will probably check in with you once we get home. Bye. Okay. So it is obviously the next day, and a few things have happened. First, you saw that we obviously dropped Sun Bear off at the vet, and if you don't follow me on Instagram, then you might not know we got Sun Bear 5-6 weeks ago. I adopted him to kind of be a companion to Elsa, our other dog. Anyway, he has been a great addition to our family and really integrated well and did exactly what we hoped. It reduced Elsa's anxiety, and you know, we just really fell in love with him. But he was having issues from the start, and I'll keep this brief because I know that's not why you're here, but we were having trouble getting him to eat enough and to keep it down. So we got him an appointment to the vet, and we've been working through various tests, and yesterday's test was an ultrasound. So oh, funny, I got an ultrasound, he got an ultrasound, but it found that he had severe hemangiosarcoma, which is a type of cancer on his spleen, and we knew he had internal bleeding, and we were trying to track down where, and that's what was causing it. And the vet said it is incredibly likely it had already metastasized to other organs. And we talked about our options, but in the end decided that his level of suffering currently, with the amount of pain from that, as well as the inability to eat enough, that the best option for him was to put him down. So after we had that discussion, I finished a work call, and then we went and put him down. And so I was obviously not in any state to record yesterday. I took it really hard because, you know, we loved him and he was ours, and it didn't help that, you know, I'm on a lot of hormones, so even small decisions seem really big, and obviously this was a bigger decision, and obviously didn't help. So I was a bit emotional. But after we got home from that, there was a message on the portal, so I'm gonna try to drop the sad tone, even though I'm still obviously impacted by that. But I got a message from the portal, and I'll read that to you. It says, your lining looks good today. It was a 8.2 millimeters. So I think 10's like the bet, like 10's what you want at the time of transfer, right? So 8.2 is good. And so she said I could start my Crenone at noon 2 days later. So tomorrow now. I can start my Crenone at noon tomorrow, and I can start my progesterone and oil shots at 8 p.m. tomorrow and continue my estrace and continue my baby aspirin. So that means I have, here, let me show you, it's ridiculous. This is what my alarm schedule looks like for all of my medications right now. It's a little bit redonkulous, but I'm glad that was kind of the last hurdle before transfer. And pending anything catastrophic happening with thawing of our embryos, we should be good to go for transfer, which is scheduled for noon 1 week from yesterday. So we have this one last week of medications, and then we do a transfer at noon. And yeah, we're really excited. We're just also a little worried. I crunched some more numbers because of course I did. I am using the SART data for the basis of all these numbers, which I will link up above if you have not seen that video where I explain how you can use SART to figure out more accurate numbers for your case as well. But in my case, here's what we're looking at. There's a 75% chance that we get a positive pregnancy test after our transfer. And then there is a 55% chance that we have a live birth at the end of this. So that means there's that 20% drop off. There's 25% of just complete failure, and then there's a 20% rate of, missed or chemical pregnancies and miscarriages and stillbirths. That's that other 20%. It's hard because I've been there before. I've had positive pregnancy tests and know very much that that is not the end goal when you're fighting infertility. And a healthy baby to take home is the end goal. It's hard because I know other people will want to celebrate the positive test, and we will too. I'm not saying we're going to be downers about a positive pregnancy test, but it's just, you got to take that with a grain of salt. And for us, it's a very more like a boulder of salt, because that is our only experience with pregnancy and positive tests. So anyway, I might share a little bit more on that as I'm comfortable. I'm not quite comfortable telling you all about the extent of how the last few pregnancies have impacted me and my outlook on this, only to say I'm giving myself full leeway to feel my feelings and not like try to manage them and be excited because I think people expect me to be excited, or I should be excited. Like, what I'm feeling is what I should be feeling. And as long as it's not detrimental to my like day-to-day activities, then I'm gonna let myself just feel it and go through it. And I think with any pregnancy, my joy will rise as we get closer and closer to actually having a baby and past landmarks. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that. Like I said, not quite comfortable sharing all that jazz with you wonderful ladies quite yet. Anyway, that being said, well wishes and excitement, you know what, you get to feel what you want to. So that's all. If you want to be excited, you get to be excited. You just got to give me leeway to maybe not be quite there with you. That's all. Anyway, so next thing is transfer. So that'll be, our next appointment. In between then, we have to learn how to do PIO shots, which I am 0% thrilled about. We've never done them, but I'm excited to try the numbing patches, excited to just get it started. It's always interesting to start a new hormone and see how it goes. Obviously, I think taking progesterone orally is very different than the injections. I never really have a lot of side effects when taking it orally, but we'll see. And goodness knows the estrogen is already making me pretty loopy. Anyway, that's it for this update. I'll share with you probably my first PIO shot next video. And as always, remember ladies, keep on fighting.